Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? It's Glasco back with another video, and my energy is a little low today. Why? Because I just remembered why I didn't make it to the NFL. And it's because of one motherfucker. His name is Fozzy Whittaker. Bro, that shit. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Glasco. I am an ex-Baylor football player, NFL reject, and on this channel, we talk about everything from my failures to my successes and all the shit show of my dating life in between. But today we're gonna talk about why I didn't make it to the NFL, and it's because of one man who beat me, and his name is Fozzy Whittaker. Okay, anyway, I'm done being distracted. So he invited me to train with some of his ex-teammates, and it was great. But to be honest with you, nothing changed for me. I was the hardest worker. I found out here, and it reinforced that I was the hardest worker because I outworked everyone that was also training to be in the NFL. For me, work ethic comes to anything. If we're running sprints, I'm trying to be the first one there. I'm trying to run the most sprints out of everybody. And so I continued that process. But one thing that I noticed was that there was a man right beside me every time I was doing extra. And that man's name was Fozzy Whittaker. You know, if the team ran 10 sprints, I was gonna run 11. And then what I even found more compelling is if I ran 11, Fozzy was gonna run 12. And so this is the first time in my life I decided to I let somebody have it, right? You know, I was like, okay, we're both still outworking everyone else. You know, why not just let him have it? It even came to a point where we would run routes after our sprints, and I'd go through the route tree. Me and Fozzy would do all the same routes. We'd catch the ball, we'd run 80 yards to the end zone every single time. Now, there was one particular route that I never ran. That was the one route in the route tree that I skipped because I felt, okay, I can catch. This is nothing for me. It's something that I don't need to pay attention to. It was the flat route. And so every day we'd run the route tree and I would skip the flat route. But Fozzy, even though he knew I'd skip, even though there was nobody coaching, even though there was nobody watching, Fozzy chose to never skip that route. And he would take that ball and he would charge as fast as he could to the end zone. He'd run 80 yards and then he'd run back every single time and every single day. Over compounded time, he just got so much better at that route than me because of that one extra step that he took. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more back. It wasn't just work ethic on the field that he beat me. His work ethic put towards recovery is what I think really made him stand out. After every workout, he would stretch religiously for 30 minutes and then he would go get in the hot tub and then the cold tub, or vice versa, whichever one it was. I always thought I was good enough. I could just skip those things. Fozzy didn't go out. He took care of his body, he ate healthy. I went out, I didn't eat healthy, and I hardly got any sleep. And so of course during the time, this doesn't look like a big deal because we're equal in skill level. Later on I would come to find out that necessarily wasn't the case. So one day, I'm not feeling as faithful as I usually am. I'm not feeling as positive and sure that things are gonna happen. I pull Fozzy aside and I'm like, yo, I admire him. I'm like, well, you know, why are you working so hard? Like, are you expecting another shot? Are you expecting the team to call soon? And he looked me in my eye and I never felt, you know, this type of confidence or comfort in what someone said. He was just like, that call is coming for both of them. And I don't know how he was so sure. I don't know how he was so confident in that, but it started to make me feel comfortable. So I'm gonna set the story up for you. I'm gonna set the setting up like this. This was after I had already been cut by the Cowboys. To be honest, I was in a really fragile state, and I'm speaking from mindset here. I had never been cut from a team before. I had never been cut that fast. I wasn't sure with my NFL career what was next for it. At this point, what you do is you go home, live with your parents, and you start training, and you just sit there and you hope and you wait for a call. Because I didn't have a great senior year, I honestly didn't know that the call was coming. At this time, I was doing all kinds of workouts, trying to stay in shape. Ran into Fozzy one day. I asked him how was he doing on his team. I found out that he just got cut as well, and that he was in Austin training. So I was like, great, we play the same position. We both went to Big 12 schools. Like, we should definitely train together. Iron sharpens iron type of brotherhood type thing. He ended up inviting me to UT's training facility to train with him and some of his ex-teammates. But I have to do this for 1 second. I had to do it, sorry. Looking back on that, he always displayed one other just amazing trait and amazing characteristic. This guy's faith. He was just so sure that everything was gonna work out. It really amazed me. But like I said, told me that day, he looked me in my eyes that our shot will come. And Little did I know that it was gonna come, and in a big way. So one day, same routine, we're out working everybody. You know, we get in the squat rack. I know I'm stronger than Fozzy, putting on more weight than him because secretly and internally, I'm competing with him, wanting to finally try to outwork him. And guess what? I go down and I don't come back up, and I tweak something in my back. You know, for the rest of that next week, I'm walking around like this, not really able to do my workout, and you guys wouldn't believe what happened. Yes, that's right. The next week, Fozzy gets a call from the Carolina Panthers and tells them that they want him to come in for a tryout. Guess who else gets that same exact call? Me. I get the same call from the Carolina Panthers telling me they want me to go in against one running back, and whoever basically does better out of those two, they would pick up on the team. So yeah, what are the odds? Of all the running backs in the country, the two that are training together, the two that are starting to build a bond and a friendship, have to go compete for their livelihood, have to go compete for the dreams that they have dreamed about since they were little kids against each other. And the worst part for me is that I knew Fozzy had outworked me. And that was the first time in my life that somebody had outworked me and we had both been given an opportunity. So, you know, it really starts to hit me where Fozzy made the difference. And I start to think back, man, where could I have done better? And it became blatantly obvious, like a light bulb went off. Oh my gosh, I never stretched. I never gave my body a chance to recover. I always went out and drank, or I never got enough sleep before I showed up to a workout. And I knew how dedicated Fozzy was to doing all of those things. But we dang near worked just as hard as each other. Why did his body hold up better than mine? And then there it was. Not only did I slack in the extra routes and the extra running, I slacked in the recovery. He outdid me on the little thing. Tried as I might to get this back working, I couldn't get to 100% before this tryout. So we fly out, we get there, they have us to do this one-on-one tryout, have us going through, you know, taking handoffs, you know, making moves and running routes. I think I perform on par with Fozzy in pretty much every. But guys, the one area where he's staying out, you'll never fucking believe this. The one area he stood out is we had to go through the route tree. That was our last thing that we had to do for those coaches. And so Fozzy's up first, he goes through, he kills it, just exactly the same way I've seen him do in practice. Takes the ball, sprints the end zone, gets back, runs the next round. Then it's my turn. I go through and I kill it. And my very last route, yeah, I'm sure you've already freaking guessed it, is the flat route. The route that I thought I was too good to improve on. The route that I never wanted to do, the extra route that he always did. And guess what, guys? I dropped that pass and I dropped it in a super clunky, awkward, and just really unathletic looking way. After that, you know, me and him talked. We weren't sure who was gonna get the nod. I'm sure he thought he was. I also thought I was. I didn't think that one pass would really make a difference. And I'm sure you guys know exactly where Fozzy is right now. He's playing for the Carolina Panthers, out there doing his thing, and I'm sitting here on the couch making YouTube videos for you guys. I think the main lesson would be, first off, nothing but love for Fozzy. Like, the time that we spent together, you know, you would never know, but it changed my life. And you showed me what real faith and real work ethic, real desire to build your craft looks like. Probably didn't even notice that blink in time, but for me, it made all the difference. I will never be outworked again. Truth is, you never know when that opportunity is gonna come for you. Never, ever, ever know. Fozzy had faith in it, and he was simply more prepared for that opportunity than I was, and when it came, he snatched it right from me. And to be honest, he deserved it. So guys, go out there and work your ass off. Go out there, don't let anyone outwork you, and don't skip the last rep, because the last rep matter. Guys, just like I always say, if you found value from this video or you like what you saw, go ahead and unicorn ram that subscribe and like button. If you're feeling magical, drop a comment below. You guys already know what I'm gonna say, but you still can't stop.